What's up from the grandstands? Your host, Philip the Titan. Let's go ahead and talk about what just happened. From what we all just saw right now, we just saw an amazing race from Lewis Hamilton and Verstappen. My ultimate highlight of the whole race was when they were both coming into corner T4, and Lewis was on his right, and they come into it, and that's such a snappy turn, and Lewis just stuck it. And he went off, but damn, the cojones you must have to hit that corner like that. Man, you got to have some confidence. So let's just jump in. That was an amazing race. Let's go and discuss our finishing order. We have Lewis Hamilton in first, Verstappen in second, Vettel in third. We have Charles Leclerc in fourth. We have Sainz in fifth, Gasly in sixth, Raikkonen in seventh, who also had one of the best performances all week and probably driver of the day in my opinion. We had Bottas, who was having the worst GP of his career so far, at least with Mercedes. The crash was pretty bad in Hockenheim. His performance period is just bad. And then ninth for Norris, 10th for Albon, 11th for Perez, 12th for Hulkenberg, 13th for Magnussen, 14th for Ricciardo, which is actually pretty good. He started from last. He was in 10th at one point too, guys. And then Kvyat in 15, who also had some great passing on Albon, which was really cool to see. Then we had Russell in 16th, Stroll in 17th. We have Antonio in 18th. We had 19th, Kubica. And then we had a DNF for Grosjean. Now, Grosjean was out. That was unfortunate. I think they need to replace Grosjean and get someone very competitive in the Haas car. Now, let's jump back real quick. For Hamilton and Verstappen, Verstappen led the entire race. Hamilton had chances to try to get up on that, but never was able to. And not until Red Bull stayed out on the tires way too long. Do you guys think so? Leave down in the comments. I think Red Bull made a mistake. They should have, as soon as Hamilton pitted on that next lap, they should have brought him in, changed him up, brought him onto a fresh pair of hards or mediums. I would have suggested hards so he could go flat out longer. But as Verstappen said, he kept having no grip. That was kind of the story of the weekend, actually. In all the practices, we saw the rear end of that car just always loose, always loose. So congratulations to him on able to actually bring that car home. Now, Hamilton being on the mediums, his whole race was this: mediums, hard, medium. And then Verstappen was medium, hard, soft. Soft was just to get the fastest lap. But for the medium, hard, medium, that was a great pairing for this track. I'm actually going to try that in the simulator and see how that works out in one of my races. Okay, so they battled very hard. Hamilton was always about 2 seconds behind, and he would always close the gap whenever he wanted to. Very interesting to see. Hamilton, great drive, great drive. But now let's jump back to Vettel. Okay, in third place, Vettel fought with teammate to basically get third place. Charles Leclerc, he was in third, but then on the first corner towards the end, Vettel just said screw it. He went on the inside and took it on the first corner. He even shoved him off a little. Vettel was showing some real Ferrari fighting power. I look forward to seeing him. But for me, I gotta say, fifth place for Sainz. That's an amazing accomplishment in the McLaren. Just saying, I think that's really good, guys. What's really sad to see, though, is sixth place, Gasly. What happened, dude? You're in the car. You're not a better driver. You need to be exited from Red Bull, and we need to get someone in there. Anyways, let's not pay too much attention to Gasly. He's not worth our time. Seventh, though, Raikkonen. Wow, buddy. You held seventh the entire damn race almost. Incredible stuff. The sad story of the day would be eighth for Bottas in the Mercedes. He was all the way back at the bottom of the pack at one point. He fought his way back to eighth, but that's still not enough to stay in the seat. Do you guys think he should? Leave down in the comments. Does he deserve another contract with Mercedes, or should he be exited out? Kind of like Gasly. I think there's a few drivers that need to be exited out of F1, personally. But, hey, we got to go with whatever the teams think. That being said, let's move on to Norris, ninth place in the McLaren. he did a better performance than the rest of them. He has a better car, though, than the rest of them, because clearly Sainz was able to get into 5th. Can I be honest? Norris hasn't been the potential that everyone claims he is. I've noticed that he is not a front runner, even in the future. I just don't see it. I don't. I'm sorry. But Albon, another driver I feel needs to be exited from F1. Let's just be real. There's a boatload of people who need to leave F1 so we get new talent in that are a little more like a Max Verstappen and a Lewis Hamilton, because we need more competitive fighting up at the front, because these cars are good. These cars are not that bad. Don't listen to what you hear. The cars can do it. It's the drivers. Hulkenberg, he was fighting the whole time. I mean, being in 12th, not bad. Especially good for Magnussen. Being in the Haas, he was able to get up in there. He finished in 13th. Ricardo, though, the story of the day, starting from last, ending it in 4th. He was in 10th at one point. Amazing stuff. But overall, this is the thing. Hamilton and Verstappen, that's what this is really about. These are two Titans who were 2 seconds behind each other the entire time until Lewis Hamilton did pit for the mediums, and then there was like a 19-second gap. That is when he should have pit. Verstappen should have pitted, but he didn't. I mean, it was perfect how Mercedes set it up. Their strategy was definitely there today. They did not drop the ball, and they went 7 years of having Lewis Hamilton on the Mercedes team to make it 7 Hungarian Grand Prix wins. I mean, that's an amazing feat. Lewis Hamilton is one collective driver. I mean, the guy is on par. You saw him fight. He had it the whole time. He was putting the pressure on Max Verstappen. But Max Verstappen, man, he never cracked. He never cracked and made a mistake. He held it together. If he's one... Okay, so I always said this. Lewis Hamilton was in a league of his own, and everyone else was just competing with him. Max Verstappen is in that league. We're developing a league of elite Titans right now. I mean, these guys are so damn fast. And we're talking the Honda Power Unit competing against Mercedes. That's a huge thing. Today's ball was dropped by Red Bull. You should have made him pit right after Hamilton pitted. Doesn't matter what you're going to say. Matter of fact, if you guys could have planned it to get them to pit together, that would have been freaking cool to see. But you didn't. No worries, though. I feel Max will come back after the summer break and be very competitive in Spa. He's going to have his people there. And because I see the energy. The energy was there today, but the energy is going to be there at Spa. And you're going to see great things happen with Verstappen. So as we took a look at the order, you can see what's happening. You can see the tire choices. You can see where only pitting once was a bad strategy for some teams. You really do need to make sure you have, the power there with the grip. This is a track with no grip. That could have helped a lot of back grid teams probably have ended up in the top 10. But, it is what it is. What do you guys think about Ricardo? Do you think Ricardo is needing to leave Renault after this contract? Because I don't see it as a good situation, and I know he's going to try to stay there, and I'm kind of scared for him. He is a great driver, and I don't want his talent wasted. He needs to come back to Red Bull, and even I could see him at McLaren, replacing Norris. Lando Norris, I'm sorry, man, you're not that good. I could see a Ricardo there and Norris at Renault. That would be a better pairing. I could see wins happening with that car. I think Sainz and Ricardo would be great teammates. And Hulkenberg, let's just see if he even lasts, to the end of the season. Now, let's take some predictions, guys. Prediction time. During the summer break, do you think we're going to see certain drivers not come back to their teams and new drivers announced for Spa? Is it possible that Bottas would not get a contract signing with Mercedes? Leave that down below in the comments if you think Bottas is going to re-sign with Mercedes. I always say it, should Daniel Ricciardo go back to Red Bull if he can? Or should he try to go for McLaren? I think McLaren, guys. I think he would do really good at McLaren. Did Leclerc drop the ball today as well? He seemed like a future world champion, but he's starting to dim out a little more and more each race as not a potential. So I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out though. You know, time tells everything. Overall though, for the Hungarian GP, this was an amazing race. I really enjoyed watching the two Titans go for it. I mean, they gave it all. And watching turn 4 with both of them coming in and Hamilton just diving in, that was incredible. I was screaming if you guys were watching the live commentary. I thought that was radical. Hamilton, big cojones, big cojones. But other than that, guys, I hope you guys have a great summer break. Keep an eye out. This is our second live commentary, actually, so I'm very excited to keep doing these. I will be back for Spa, and I'm hoping to have some upgrades for you guys visually, big ones, actually. So keep an eye out. Subscribe, hit that bell, hit that thumbs up, because that really does help, guys. We had so much support in the live stream, and I just could not thank you all so much. It was so much fun listening to your guys' comments. I love the comments because it makes the controversy that much more exciting. And then, you know, just meeting people from all around the world. That's what From the Grandstands is. It's a global grandstands, and we're a global network of fans, and that's what makes it that much fun. I know you guys, we had a lot of people who didn't like the live stream and said some unpleasant things, but you're always welcome still, no matter what. We are part of the same family, the same blood, the same brotherhood of speed. So I hope you guys have a great summer break of F1. Go do some fun things. Go paddle boarding, surfing. I'm going to go do those things. Probably get some dirt biking in, and just try to enjoy some time off. And we're going to come back even stronger. So you guys stay out of trouble. Till next time, from the grandstands, your host, Philip the Titan. Thank you for joining us. And let me know what you guys thought of the Hungarian Grand Prix and what you guys hoped for, wished for, were happy with, and not happy with. I want to hear it down in the comments because that brings the controversy and brings great commenting. Till then, later.